Could Diddy walk free? Despite being found guilty, despite being denied bail again and again, is there still a chance he could walk out of jail before his sentencing on October 3rd? It sounds crazy, but this time, there's a new twist. A $50 million bail plan, private jets grounded, homes put on the line, and one of America's most famous bail bondsmen says it's not over yet. Sean Diddy Combs was recently convicted of 2 serious federal crimes under the Mann Act, charges related to transporting women across state lines for prostitution. He was acquitted of the even more serious RICO and sex trafficking charges, which could have sent him to prison for life. But even though he dodged the harshest penalties, he's still locked up, and the judge isn't letting him out. Why? Because he's still seen as a threat to the community and possibly a flight risk. He has wealth, private jets, and a history of violent behavior, including and drug use, even while under federal investigation. After the verdict, Diddy's legal team went right back to the judge and said, he's not a danger anymore, no RICO, no life sentence. We'll give up his passport, no planes, he'll stay put. Just let him out. They offered a $1 million bond with security and restrictions, but Judge Aaron Subramanian still said no. Why? Because the law mandates detention after conviction under the Mann Act in these circumstances.
Diddy has now requested to get out on bail for a 4th time. I'm Alex, I'm an attorney, and I'm going to break it down for you. So this obviously is not his first rodeo asking to be out on bail. He has offered $50 million. He has offered as a bond. He's offered that bond be secured by his $48 million house. He has said that he will have security at his house around the clock. He has said he will not have contact with witnesses or victims. Diddy's lawyers are arguing that he will not be able to adequately prepare for trial if he's behind bars because of the voluminous amount of evidence in this case.
And the defense had already admitted at trial that Diddy was violent. The judge pointed to a disturbing post-raid incident involving Jane, one of the victims, and said, how can you prove he's not a danger after that? Enter Ira Judson, a legendary bail bondsman. He's worked on Harvey Weinstein, Conor McGregor, and Dominique Strauss-Kahn's cases. And now, he's been consulting Diddy's team for months. He says they already had a detailed plan in place. Private security around the clock, a secure home arrest system, no internet, no contact with victims, full lockdown. They even offered to tether him to his own mansion in Miami with armed guards outside, and yet the judge wasn't convinced. But here's the shocking part. Judson says this fight isn't over. According to federal law, Diddy has one final appeal left. His lawyers are preparing to take their case to the Second Circuit Court of Appeals in New York. If even one judge on that panel agrees Diddy deserves temporary release before sentencing, he could be out within 24 hours. That's what makes this moment so intense. On one side, you've got prosecutors saying Diddy's too dangerous, that he's already tried to intimidate witnesses, that he's got the money to vanish. On the other, Diddy's team insists he's a changed man, that he's already been punished enough, that he has kids, responsibilities, and deserves to be home. Judson even claims there are celebrities and executives ready to vouch for Diddy's behavior if needed. Some have already signed letters saying they'll take legal responsibility for him if he breaks bail. The appeals court could rule any day. And if they do decide to release him, it would be one of the most dramatic reversals in celebrity legal history. Imagine the scene. Diddy walking out of jail in designer sunglasses, silent, flanked by lawyers, into a waiting SUV. The media frenzy would be insane, but the risks? Just as high. If Diddy walks and disappears, or does anything violent again, it'll be the judges' names on the line. And that's what this all comes down to. Trust.
I'm not a lawyer, but update in the Diddy case, his bail has been denied. So for clarity, Diddy has been in jail since he was arrested back in August of 2024. And now that the verdict has come out, his attorneys argued that he should be released today and allowed to be out on bond until he is sentenced for what he has been convicted of. Prosecutors, on the other hand, argued that Diddy should not be released out on bond, that he should remain in jail until his sentencing. And so after some people submitted some letters and gave some arguments, the judge ultimately denied the bail request. In other words, ruling that Diddy must remain incarcerated until his sentencing date. And according to the judge, that ruling is based on the fact that Diddy's own defense team admitted that he is violent. And the judge points out that even after Diddy was aware that he was being investigated by the feds, he continued to participate in violent and illegal activity.
Should we trust a man who's been accused of trafficking, abuse, and manipulation for decades? Just because one jury said he wasn't guilty of the worst parts? Or should the courts hold firm and say, No matter how rich or famous you are, justice is justice. Right now, Diddy sits behind bars, but his team hasn't given up, and the world is watching. So what do you think? Should Diddy get a chance to be free while he waits to be sentenced? Or should he stay locked up until the day he hears his fate? Enjoying the video? Hit like and subscribe. And if you want the full story behind Diddy's downfall, check out our playlist on the screen now.